Ariel Helwani just broke silence about what feels like the clearest signal yet from Ian Garry. The Irish contender just landed in Tbilisi, Georgia. Remember, after Garry beat Belal Muhammad in Qatar, he straight up said if he ever got Islam Makhachev for the welterweight belt, he'd fly to Georgia to train with their world-class judoka and sambo specialists, building a wrestling defense specifically tailored to shut down Makhachev's chain takedowns and top control. This isn't vacation, it's strategic prep. Helwani reads it as Garry quietly confirming the fight is locked for spring 2026, post-Ramadan, and he's tipping his cap to the UFC for getting it right. With Shavkat Rakhmonov out of the mix, Gary's recent wins over Belal and Carlos Prates put him ahead in the most deserving line. Helwani stresses title shots aren't retirement rewards. Kamaru Usman shouldn't leapfrog without more wins, even if he's a legend. Rising names like Michael Morales and Prates are close, but Gary's momentum and marketability make him the smart pick. The angle that's flying under the radar, this could be Gary's biggest evolution yet. He's always been a sharp striker with great movement, but adding Georgian wrestling expertise could help him a lot.
The Ian Garry, Islam Makhachev stuff is super interesting, and I think Ian is a very smart guy, and I kind of feel like if he's going all the way to Georgia, he's trying to tell us something. And if in fact he is trying to tell us that he is getting a title shot sometime in the spring after Ramadan, good on the UFC. I want to tip my cap to the UFC because they made the right call. Kamaru Usman should never be in consideration to fight for the belt in the year 2026. Not with his record. If he wins one or two more, great. God bless. What a comeback story. But there are guys like Ian, guys like Carlos Prates, guys like Michael Morales who deserve it far more. Title shots should not be lifetime achievement awards. And I think of all of them, if Shavkat's out, and he is, Ian should be the guy. So I hope that what he is saying isn't wolf tickets or anything. I hope that he is telling us the truth, and I hope they make that fight. And I say good on everyone involved for making that fight, if that is in fact the fight.
Anthony Fluffy Hernandez just gave fans plenty to talk about ahead of his fight with Sean Strickland, dropping hints about a potential matchup with Khamzat Chimaev if he comes out on top. Fluffy emphasized that his wrestling defense could be a serious obstacle for Chimaev, saying it would create big problems for the middleweight champ and could reshape the division if he earns that title shot. He made it clear he's focused on dominating the middleweight scene, but also hinted at retirement after this run, leaving fans wondering if he's planning a shorter career peak with a big finish. Sean Strickland, meanwhile, isn't holding back either. He's making it known that he also wants a shot at Chimaev if he wins, showing confidence in his ability to position himself as the next contender. Sean also reflected on his recent suspension, noting that while it was frustrating at the time, it ultimately gave him a chance to heal from injuries and come back stronger, with a renewed focus on his career trajectory. With both fighters signaling that Chimaev is the target after their showdown, this fight promises intrigue and potential career-defining outcomes for both men. Now let's dive into what Strickland had to say.
I mean, the suspension was dope, man. I had a bunch of injuries got healed up, you know. I don't get to hit cops off. I'm not going to jail too, which is nice. That's cool.
We're just gonna start off with that, eh?
Well, I didn't know he was a cop at first, but it made it significantly better. That 6 months, I'm down for this.
Listen, I got to give you credit for that because, like, if you're gonna back up your boys, like, if you're gonna be about it, you know.
No. Let me tell you, it had nothing to do with my boy losing. I mean, dude, we all lose fights. Like, nothing to do with it. It was a disrespect you gave to me, dog. Like, if you would have just took your W and just shut the up, nothing would have been fine. But you had to go be a dickhead. Like, I was cool to you. I didn't make fun of you, dude. You know, I'm pro ice, dog. Like, I'm pro cop. When you got to go put me that shit on me, you.
Conor McGregor has officially confirmed he's making his UFC return, revealing in a now-deleted tweet that he's been offered an opponent and date and has accepted it. What makes this even more unusual is that McGregor claims he's negotiating directly with the White House administration regarding his appearance on the UFC White House card rather than going through the UFC itself, highlighting how unique this event is shaping up to be. Originally, the White House event had been rumored to feature Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, but Dana White later stated that fight would not happen, despite both Chandler and McGregor saying the deal had already been signed. Now speculation has shifted back to McGregor potentially being involved, especially after Jorge Masvidal hinted at a very big fight at the White House himself, even though both Masvidal and McGregor are past their primes compared to when their potential matchup first gained traction 5 years ago. Fans are intrigued by the possibility of seeing them face off in such an unprecedented setting. Details about the card are already generating massive buzz. The weigh-ins are set to take take place at the Lincoln Memorial, while the actual fight night will be held on the south lawn of the White House. Fighters will even have access to warm-up areas inside the White House itself. Fans outside will be able to catch all the action on giant screens, and the event will feature fireworks and a full-scale light show, making it more of a spectacle than a traditional fight night. The beef between Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev just got another layer of intrigue. A few months ago, Alexander Chizov, Topuria's former sparring partner, went viral for ditching his old camp and heading to Dagestan to train full-time with Makhachev's elite team. Fans immediately called him a spy from Topuria's camp after old photos surfaced of him rolling with Ilia ahead of a potential super fight. Chizov now spoke with Russian MMA news channel Golos Obi MMA. He revealed a lot of interesting details and behind-the-scenes stuff about the drama, explaining Topuria's reaction to him training with Islam and what led to the whole situation.
Recently, I traveled to meet up with some of my old coaches in Spain and get some work in. We sparred 3 times a week and everything went as usual. Before leaving, I told Ilia where I was going, and he was okay with me stepping away from his camp for a short period. During my time with friends, one of my coaches suggested going to Dagestan to train with Islam Makhachev, who was coached by his friend and whose team has strong connections in the region. I agreed, but made it clear that Islam's team should know I was training with Topuria, so they wouldn't think I was spying. I also called Ilia to inform him and asked if he was fine with it. He said, "Okay, do whatever you want, no problem. Let me know how it goes." I trained and sparred with Islam but didn't share any secrets about Topuria. However, the next day, someone from Ilia's team reached out and said he was upset about my decision to train with Makhachev and didn't want to see me at the gym anymore. I tried to contact Ilia, but he didn't respond. I texted him, but the result was the same. Later, I noticed he unfollowed me on Instagram, so I guess it's over.
Islam Makhachev opened up about his early struggles in sports, admitting that he used to quit every discipline he tried until he found the right environment with Khabib and his team. He tried football, taekwondo, and wushu sanda, but nothing stuck. He never found a team he truly connected with. Everything changed when he committed to Sambo and joined Khabib's camp. He saw a group that shared the same goals and values, a team he could dedicate himself to fully. For Makhachev, it's not just a team, it's family. He says they are not just his teammates, but his brothers.
You know, it's the most important things. Who is your team, you know? If you guys follow same goal to be best in the world and you every day help each other, it means you will have good success, you know? Like our team, we're not just teammates, we're all brothers, you know? The important things, which team you choose. I go football, I go taekwondo, I go wushu sanda, but I don't find the relationships, you know. I don't find the team which one I want to be all my life.
Arman Tsarukyan is already eyeing a high-profile grappling clash with Zabit Magomedsharipov after Zabit's surprising announcement that he's returning to competition by signing with the Russian grappling promotion. Zabit, the former UFC featherweight contender who went 6-0 in the promotion with flashy acrobatic striking and an undefeated streak before retiring in 2019 due to injuries and inactivity, shocked fans this week by confirming he's back, but in grappling rather than MMA. ACBJJ announced the signing, with President Zorbek Kaziev calling it part of assembling the elite. No debut date or opponent has been set yet, but it's expected later in 2026. Arman, the UFC lightweight contender and recent ACBJJ participant where he submitted opponents, wasted no time showing interest. Via his social media, he directly asked fans, "Would you like to see such a battle?" sparking massive excitement in the community. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.